We made it. We made it through the 2021-22 regular season. What a weird, chaotic season it was. Ben Simmons refused to participate for much of it, Kyrie Irving was banned from some home games, and the Los Angeles Lakers reminded us that names on paper are simply names on paper. Meanwhile, teams such as Chicago, Cleveland, Memphis, Dallas and Boston all emerged. Miami reminded us what its culture is. Philadelphia reminded us that Daryl Morey is always going to make the big swing. The Golden State Warriors showed us flashes of what used to terrorize the league. And the Phoenix Suns and Milwaukee Bucks reminded us that they didn't get to last season's NBA Finals by winning some radio call-in contest. It sets us up for a brilliant play-in tournament and a postseason full of yelling about which teams are destined to win while setting ourselves up to be surprised by a major upset, whatever that might be. Since we've made it through 82 games for the first time in 3 seasons, we should pat ourselves on the back. We also should hand out some grades. We've done it every quarter of the regular season so far. I'll include those grades and rankings at the time to show any potential progressions or regressions for each team. I'll also give you one season takeaway for each team and answer what's next for each franchise. Thank you for reading the power rankings throughout this season. I can't believe we accomplished it, but we really did come up with an order of 30 teams every week that was never questioned once in the comments or on social media. Just a reminder, the power rankings this season don't just rank the 30 teams. We've divided these teams into tiers, which any of the teams can move in and out of. Since we're at the end of the regular season, we're altering the tiers in the power rankings into 6 new categories. Eliminated, self-explanatory. Their seasons are over. Self-explanatory. Their seasons are over. Just happy to be playing in. They made the play-in, but nothing is expected of them. They made the play-in, but nothing is expected of them. Play-in tournament teams with bad intentions. These teams want to be in the playoffs, and the play-in isn't good enough. These teams want to be in the playoffs, and the play-in isn't good enough. Definite playoff teams. They made the top 6 in their respective conferences. They made the top 6 in their respective conferences. On the brink of contention, a piece away from believing they can win the title. A piece away from believing they can win the title. Contender, self-explanatory. As always, I am sure we will all agree on the placement of all 30 teams, especially your favorite team. Here's how the power rankings work. It's up to my discretion how the rankings shake out each week. For some teams, they'll be hit in the short term. Others will be given the benefit for the long term. Yes, it is entirely subjective. I do not believe in the transitive property with these teams. If Team X beats Team Y and Team Y beats Team Z, it doesn't mean Team X is automatically better than Team Z. If I have a team ahead of another team, there's no reason to ask why they're ranked above the team you like. The answer is pretty simple. I think that team is set up better for success. Yes, I watch the games. And yes, I watch your favorite team. Only 15 teams will be deemed worthy of a GIF or video each week. That's to limit how much we eat up your data and computer's processor. This is supposed to be fun, so let's have fun with it. The Athletics NBA Power Rankings for the 2021-22 season, Week 26. Final grades of the regular season as we look ahead for the play-in tournament, postseason and beyond. Tier 1, the contenders. 1. Phoenix Suns, 64-18, plus 7.5 net rating. Weekly slate, win over Lakers, loss at Clippers, win at Jazz, loss to Kings. First quarter grade, A+ ranked second. Second quarter grade, A+ ranked first. Third quarter grade, A+ ranked second. Final regular season grade, A+. Season takeaway, if anybody had any thoughts about the Suns potentially being flukes or not as good as their end result last season, Phoenix put those thoughts in the dirt pretty early. For most of the campaign, the Suns have been the best team in basketball. They've seen the waves of teams trying to match their sustained dominance, but they've remained the most consistent. Devin Booker might finish top 5 in the MVP race, Chris Paul will probably join book on All-NBA, Monty Williams is probably winning Coach of the Year, and Mikal Bridges could end up as the Defensive Player of the Year. Not bad. What's next for the Suns? Pretty simple. They go into the postseason healthy and feeling like the best team. They'll spend the next few days preparing for a matchup against either Minnesota, the good Los Angeles team, New Orleans or San Antonio. Whoever ends up in the number 8 seed will be the next food for the Suns. GIF on the beat. 2. Memphis Grizzlies, 56-26, plus 5.3 net rating. Weekly slate, loss at Jazz, loss at Nuggets, win over Pelicans, loss to Celtics. First quarter grade, C ranked 23rd. Second quarter grade, A+ ranked 5th. Third quarter grade, A+ ranked 6th. Final regular season grade, A+. Season takeaway, I don't know how this season could have reasonably gone better for Memphis. Maybe if J.A. Morant ended up winning the MVP award it could have been better. But the Grizzlies being as competitive as they were without Morant was big. Them being dominant without Morant in the lineup was even bigger, even if a lot of those games happened against pretty weak opponents. They still had plenty of wins against good teams during that stretch. Desmond Bane took a massive step forward. Jaren Jackson Jr. had a brilliant year defensively. And Taylor Jenkins did a great job coaching them to the second-best record in basketball and tying their franchise record for wins in a season. What's next for the Grizzlies? The Grizzlies got Morant some work back on the court before this next week off, and he looked spectacular in those minutes. Now they await the winner of the game between Minnesota and the good team in LA to see who their next opponent is. Luckily for them, they'll know Tuesday and can start preparing for the weekend then. 3. Miami Heat, 53-29, plus 4.5 net rating. Weekly slate, win over Hornets, win over Hawks, loss at Magic. First quarter grade, C ranked 23rd. Second quarter grade, A+ ranked 5th. Third quarter grade, A+ ranked 1st. Final regular season grade, A. Season takeaway, despite all the questions about whether they have stars to compete as a contender in the East, or whether Jimmy Butler wants to fight Udonis Haslem to get to fight Eric Spoelstra, the Miami Heat still ended up walking away with the top record in the East. No other team or coach handled missing players as well as they did. The Heat needed Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Kyle Lowry to add legitimacy to their season, but they developed their bench tremendously and put Tyler Herro in position to win the 6th Man of the Year award. Fantastic bounce-back season for the Heat after fizzling out last year. What's next for the Heat? Miami is simply waiting to see how the play-in tournament shakes out. The Heat secured the top seed roughly a week ago and are watching to see if Brooklyn, Cleveland, Atlanta or Charlotte ends up as the first-round opponent. The Heat have been so good this season, but even they have to hope Kevin Durant isn't on the immediate horizon. GIF on the beat. 4. Milwaukee Bucks, 51-31, plus 3.2 net rating. Weekly slate, win at Bulls, win over Celtics, win at Pistons, loss at Cavs. First quarter grade, C+ ranked 4th. Second quarter grade, A ranked 4th. Third quarter grade, A ranked 4th. Final regular season grade, A. Season takeaway, the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks endured some key players being out early and just asked Giannis Antetokounmpo to carry them in the first month or so of the season. Then as they got healthier, eventually getting Brook Lopez back into the mix, we started seeing this terrifying basketball machine get built toward the end of the season. They acquired Serge Ibaka at the line for insurance. Chris Middleton and Jrue Holiday have put together great years. And the Bucks are content to go into the postseason rested, healthy and ready to defend their title. The Bucks understand the pace of a season far better than they did 2 years ago. What's next for the Bucks? Milwaukee positioned itself to face a Central Division foe in the first round by grabbing the 3 seed and taking on 6 seed Chicago. The Bulls have struggled against good teams all season long, but the Bucks have to treat this like it's the conference finals. Keep the defense tight and force the Bulls to play straight up on Giannis on the other end of the floor by knocking down jumpers. Tier 2, brink of contention.